We made some biscuits a few weeks back, so now I have this diagram that shows we make the biscuits, we cut the biscuits, then we pour country sausage gravy on them, and we have us biscuits and gravy. They are a real treat down home. Let's give it a go. I'll teach you how to make the gravy now. The U.S. is pretty much the home of biscuits and sausage gravy. It's probably the home of breakfast sausage. So their supermarkets just have loads of the stuff commercially available for people just to buy in, go home and fry it up. A lot of other countries don't have that, but we have our alternatives. Obviously, the very best thing would be to grind up your own sausage, but a lot of us don't want to go to the trouble or don't have the equipment, so we can just go to the market. We can buy some mince, some ground meat. Better to use pork. Even better if your butcher will grind it up with a coarse grind for you. But if not, you'll still make a good product. I'll give you a list of the prescribed spices down below and just use whatever you think's fitting. Now let's get into it and let's take this meat and turn it into sausage, which basically all sausage is ground meat with spices in it, and sometimes you're making the links and sometimes you don't. Now we're going to take the sausage meat, we're going to cook it up and make ourselves some sausage gravy. You could very well be standing on the threshold of becoming folk hero right now. Now we're going to make the sausage gravy. We're going to use the drippings and the juice from the sausage as it cooks. We're probably going to use some butter, some flour, and definitely some milk. I froze half of the sausage that I made. We'll use that another day. So we're taking the rest, we're putting it in a fry pan, and we're going to brown it up, cook it up. In fact, we're going to cook it fully. And we're going to break up the chunks of sausage into smaller pieces. We're going to cook it probably over medium heat, although, watch your heat, adjust it up and down as necessary. We're going to fully cook the sausage. Now, this is a pork sausage, so we're going to cook it to an internal temperature of 71 degrees Celsius. That'd be 160 degrees Fahrenheit. There we go. So now that the meat's fully cooked, we're going to take it out of the pan and set it aside for a while. We're going to leave the juices and the drippings in the pan. That'll be part of our gravy. Well, welcome to Cooking Science 101. Gravy is made out of fat, flour, liquid, and hopefully some flavorings from the meat that the fat came from. This meat, because we're using it straight from the supermarket, didn't have much fat in it. So we're going to add some. So we're adding 2 tablespoons of butter. We're letting that melt in the pan. Then we're going to introduce 2 tablespoons of flour to that. We don't want the heat too hot because we don't want to burn it, and we want to constantly be stirring it to keep it from burning. So now we mix that up, and that creates a thick paste. Actually, it's called the roux. Once this paste is thick and it's cooked for a minute, at least a minute or so, and the flour taste is gone, we want to slowly introduce milk. We're going to use milk this time because it makes a thicker gravy. So we introduce the milk slowly and we stir with the whisk preferably as we're doing it. If you don't have a whisk, use a fork. And then we just keep stirring it. Let it come to a simmer. Then we can look at spicing it. We might want to put some salt in, some pepper. I tend to always use a little paprika because it gives it a good flavor and it adds to the coloring of it. It gives it a little bit of substance. Okay, after spices are in, we're going to let the gravy just sit and simmer for a while till it achieves a thickness that we think is good enough. We'll shake it a bit and stir it just so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. And then when we feel it's thick enough, we're going to add the meat to it. Now remember, the meat's already been cooked, so we're just adding it to add some flavor and get the meat mixed up and tasting with the gravy. This is looking a bit thin, so we're going to add some corn flour. What we're going to do with the corn flour, it's going to be about a teaspoon of corn flour and a teaspoon of water. We're going to mix that together and then pour it into the gravy. And let it simmer longer, stir it around a bit to get it fully incorporated. Congratulations, you have now earned the coveted title of Sausage Gravy Maker. Welcome to the club. We just happen to have some biscuits that we made here the other day. They were really good. But now we're going to take one, we're going to reheat it, we're going to split it in half, and we're going to load it up with our sausage gravy. I'll tell you, it's a really, really nice meal. And there's been more than one cafe in America who made both its fame and its fortune based almost entirely on its biscuits and gravy. It's a big time breakfast back there, and people just feel good ordering it. I hope you go ahead and enjoy eating it, making it. I mean, I'm going to take a taste right now. And you know I'm going to say it's good. You just know I'm going to say it's good. Plus, I'm going to go back and have another taste. And then I'm going to turn up this camera and eat some more of it. Okay, see y'all. I really enjoyed sharing this recipe with you. It's a great one. Look, if you have any questions or comments, please just leave them in the comments section down below. And for the full recipe, you can click on the link to my blog and the recipe will be there. If you like our videos and don't want to miss any, consider subscribing. Bye now.